Hi and welcome to this Travelmentary. This is probably the video that a lot of my subscribers have been waiting for. So today I'm going to show you the Italo train on my way from Milano Centrale to Roma Termini. I came with the night jet you see on the left, and that explains why I'm already in the station. The first thing that you have to know is that the Italo is a high-speed train service operated by a private company called NTV. That stands for Nuovo Trasporto Viaggiatori, or in English, New Passenger Transport. The company was founded by a group of Italian businessmen, but this year it was sold to Global Infrastructure Partners, a private equity firm from the US. Anyway, the Italo is competing with the other Italian high-speed train, the Frecciarossa, which is operated by the state-owned railway company Trenitalia. Well, I have booked Club Executive, which is the highest booking class on the Italo trains, and it comes with lounge access. The lounge is right up there, so let's go there and check it out. Okay, and this is the fantastic view on the platforms that you have from the lounge. And when I'm walking through the lounge, you see that while it looks kind of narrow, it still offers a decent capacity and, as I mentioned, a really wonderful view. Also, it felt very new, and that's no coincidence as it was opened just back in 2016. The table that I chose has power outlets including a USB port. There's a free Wi-Fi connection as well. If you want to read something, there are a few options, but mostly in Italian. The weak spot of the lounge is the very limited selection of food and beverages. In terms of food, well, there wasn't any, only some cookies, but that doesn't count as food, does it? The strange thing is that in their lounge in Rome, which I have visited earlier this year, they actually had some sandwiches. However, to put everything into perspective, I didn't get any food in the Freccia Club either. Okay, time for me to go to the train.
Arrivederci.
Now, one thing that I like about Italian railway stations is that you can only enter the platform with a valid ticket. For this reason, there are checkpoints where you show your ticket, and depending on the travel class that you have booked, you can use fast lanes. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. Alright, and this is the train that I chose for today's trip. I've booked seat 19 in coach number 1, which is the only real single seat in Club Executive class. You can also book a separate compartment, which can be a good choice for those traveling with friends or family. The seats look very neat and comfortable, and they have a very nice feature that you probably wouldn't expect on a train, but I will come to that later in the video. For now, let me go back to my seat as the train departs from Milano Centrale. So what kind of train is this Italo? It is a French-made AGV train from Alstom, and AGV is the abbreviation for Automotrice à Grande Vitesse. That means high-speed rail car. It has a maximum speed of 220 miles or 360 kilometers per hour, but the maximum operating speed in Italy is limited to 190 miles or 300 kilometers per hour.
Benvenuti a bordo di Italo 9973 da Milano Centrale a Roma Termini. Il treno fermerà a Milano Rogoredo, Roma Tiburtina, Roma Termini. Vi invitiamo ad occupare il posto a voi assegnato e a regolare il volume dei vostri dispositivi elettronici nel rispetto degli altri viaggiatori. Invitiamo, inoltre, eventuali viaggiatori sprovvisti di biglietto valido a farlo presente tempestivamente al train manager per poter proseguire il viaggio. Vi ricordiamo che a bordo di Italo è vietato fumare. Il divieto vale anche per le sigarette elettroniche, i cui vapori potrebbero provocare, come le normali sigarette, l'attivazione dell'allarme e l'erogazione dei liquidi antincendio in tutti gli ambienti, comprese le toilette. Grazie per la cortese collaborazione e buon viaggio. Welcome on board Italo 9973 from Milano Centrale to Roma Termini. The train will stop in Milano Rogoredo, Roma Tiburtina, Roma Termini. We invite you to please take your seats and lower the volume of your electronic devices as not to disturb our passengers. We furthermore invite any passengers without a valid ticket to promptly inform the train manager in order to continue their journey. We would like to remind you that smoking on board is not permitted. The smoking ban applies also to electronic cigarettes. Their vapors, just like tobacco cigarettes, may activate the smoking alarm and sprinkler system in all ambulances, including toilets. Thank you for your cooperation and enjoy your journey.
Let me give you a quick overview of the trip. Right now we are leaving Milano Centrale, which was opened in 1931, and it is one of the most important railway stations in Europe. It has 24 tracks serving 120 million passengers each year. Fun fact for all soccer fans, the architect of it, Ulysses Tacchini, also designed the San Siro Stadium in Milan. The map right here shows our travel path. As you may have heard in the train announcement, we make short stops at Milano Rogoredo and Roma Tiburtina before reaching our final stop at Roma Termini. And here we are actually arriving at Milano Rogoredo. This railway station is located in the outskirts of Milan, not far away from the Linate airport. While we are waiting here, let me show you some of the features of the seat. There's a power outlet on the left-hand side, and below the seat pocket with the Italo magazine in it, there's a footrest. That sound was coming from the train door, which was opened at that moment. So you have a reading light here, as well as a small trash can. The tray table is pretty much the same as on an airplane, and it has an integrated cup holder. And this is the Italo magazine, which, as far as I remember, is written entirely in Italian. Legroom is okay, and with this button you can recline your seat back. There is free Wi-Fi on board, but on that day something went wrong either with my phone or with the registration. The train attendant issued this refreshing towel while we were passing the municipality of San Giuliano Milanese in the metropolitan city of Milan. Shortly after that, the crew started with the catering, which was included in the ticket price. Orange juice. Yeah, sure. Okay, great. Wonderful. Thank you. And this is what I got besides the orange juice, a box, and in it there were 2 other packages, and then finally the 2 sandwiches. They were tasty, and I think this is the same sort of sandwich that I had in the Italo lounge in Rome back in April. And actually that wasn't all. In the box there was also some kind of pastry. So while I didn't get a warm meal in this train like I had in the Frecciarossa in executive class, which by the way you can see on my channel as well, I still think that given the much lower price of the ticket they did a good job here. Right now we are in the province of Parma, which you may know from the prosciutto di Parma, the famous ham that comes from here. But as shown on the map, we are actually bypassing the city of Parma, so instead you can see the village of Baganzola. Remember when I told you earlier in the video that this seat has a certain feature? Well, let me show it to you. Hidden in the armrests there are entertainment systems similar to those on airplanes. The 9-inch screen is touch capable, but not exactly what I would call responsive. The user interface is available in Italian and English. You can choose from a variety of movies, TV shows, books and newspapers. Most of the content is offered in Italian though, and you need to bring your own headphones. Now we are in Firenze, or Florence, the capital city of the region of Tuscany, and in my view that's one of those places that you can visit over and over again. Best known for Renaissance art and architecture, Florence is also an important city for the Italian fashion industry. In this map, the flashing circle shows the neighborhood that you have just seen. The yellow rectangle represents the location of the following scene, and the star points to the historic city center. To my surprise, the onboard service continued with another round of snacks and beverages. And that's the usual lavatory check. We are getting closer and closer to Rome, so I summarize my travel experience with the Italo train. Overall, I think this is a very good train service, and I would say it is pretty cost efficient too. For this ride I paid nearly 79 euros without ticket flexibility. But I had lounge access, service on the train and a good seat. The train staff was friendly and professional, and most importantly, as I had to catch a plane in Rome, the train was on time. How does it compare with the Frecciarossa? First of all, I would say that I wouldn't really compare it with the executive class on the Frecciarossa, because that has a different cabin configuration and a concept that is even more luxurious. For this reason it is also more expensive. So I think the Italo Club Executive class competes more with the business class on the Frecciarossa trains, and that is something that I have to test in a future video to be really able to compare it. In terms of the price, I think it is pretty similar. Okay, now we approach Roma Termini and it's time for one more animated map. The flashing star is our final stop at Termini, while the yellow rectangle marks Roma Tiburtina station, which we have already passed. Alright, that was my trip with the Italo. I hope you enjoyed the video and let me know your thoughts about this train in the comment section below. In case you have suggestions for trains that I should try, I look forward to reading them, as I'm always looking for new travel ideas. The next video will be a flight report again, but there is also more train content in production. If you want to support this channel, please don't forget to share, like and subscribe. Grazie a tutti for watching and see you at the next video.